Hey there guys, Luno here. I wanted to put up another review video for you. Gray Fox from the forums had asked me to put up one for him. Apparently he just ordered his first saber, and to help him with the weight I told him I would put up a review video for him. So here we go. This is my first ever Saberforge hilt that I got, and it was a Disciple. Give you guys a closer look at her. As you can see, I got the brown leather wrap on there. Originally, it might not look that way now, but originally I got it weathered. It came to me weathered, and it had a 12-watt green LED inside. Since then, I have taken some of the weathering off, which I'll get into a little later in the video. And the LED lights, as you can see, does not turn on. I got a little crazy in one of my duels, ended up slipping out of my hand, a wire came out and got loose, and I just haven't gotten around to fixing it yet, which I will get around to pretty soon probably, because I do miss playing with this guy. But yeah, just so you guys know, you won't be seeing the light in this video. Alright, so let's get started right here on the emitter, where I always start my videos. As you can see, the emitter top right here is at a slanted edge, so when you have your blade in there, it does come right out. It makes a cool effect for it. Even when the blade plug is in there, which it does sit in all the way into the bottom here, it doesn't come out any. But even when it's in there, you can still see a little bit of that light coming through, because it doesn't go all the way in this far, which is one of my favorite parts about this hilt design, is this little cut in here. Because even when the blade plug is in, if you turn it on, which obviously you can't see right now, but the green light still shows up a little bit. See where that black is there? That's where you would be seeing the green from the blade plug. It goes in about that far. So coming on down here, we have these inlay black cuts in on top, which aren't sharp by any means. They don't ever get in the way of me holding the saber or hurt my grip on it at all. If anything, especially this top one up here, because as you can tell, it's a little thicker than some of the other ones, it is a good place to grip onto. You don't have any kind of upper lip there to catch your fingers from it slipping like straight out of your hands, but it still provides a better place to grip than just a solid piece of sheet metal would right there. So I really like it. I really like the cuts that are in here. Aesthetically, they look great. They look really cool. Functionality wise, you know, it's the same. Your fingers are never getting caught in there, they're never getting stuck in there. It's never hurting your grip at all when you're trying to handle the saber. So moving right along, we have our midsection right here, which as you can see is actually, I guess it's better on this side, is taken in a little bit there. It's not as wide as the top or bottom part, which when I use it for dueling actually comes in advantage. That's where I usually grip it from if I'm not holding the bottom of the saber to do like flourishes or spins and turns and stuff. This is a great place to hold it, especially because the weight balance is right about in the middle. So you know, you're not right in the center of balance there, but you're really close, and it makes it pretty easy for spins and turns and any kind of flourishes you want to do. So let's move on to our little midsection here. Now, typically, this is a Warrior edition. This is not a Champion edition, so there's no sound. Typically, hit that button right there, your green light would come on. Like I said, the light is not working right now. I haven't gotten around to fixing it, so really it's just there kind of for aesthetic purposes right now. The button under here also is for aesthetic purposes. This never had a function. If it was, you know, a champion level, this would be where your kill key is. This would be where your recharge port would be. But because it's only a warrior tier, they just put another little button there for aesthetic purposes, and it looks great. It looks really cool. Now I'll start down here in the grip section, which, as you can see, I've messed up a lot. I've really, when I first got this hilt, I was dueling pretty much every day with it, and all kinds of stuff happened to it. It got burned. I tried to imprint, which you can't really tell, I guess, in the video. I tried to imprint something into the leather, you know, but it didn't work out very well, and it obviously doesn't show very well on camera. But durability-wise, this is definitely a testament to this real leather that they're putting on here, because I have handled this thing and handled it and fought with it and burned it, and you know, all kinds of stuff has been done to this, and it's still holding up fine. Still not sticky, still not any kind of coming off in any way, shape, or form. I've even, as you can see right there, I've even cut into it a little bit to see what was underneath there. I was at one time or another trying to debate if I wanted to take this off or not, but I ended up leaving it on there. So that leather holds up Really holds up against the test of time. And that's definitely your main gripping point on the hilt. When you're wielding it, if you're not very proficient with wielding a lightsaber, or you just want to swing it around for fun, that's your best place to grip it from. That's where a lot of your balance is. That's where a lot of your your best hand placement is right there. Now, as you can see, my grip on here is great. I think even if now I'm a shorter guy, as I've said in some of my other videos, if you guys have watched those. Even I'm a smaller guy, so my hands are smaller. But they fit on here pretty great, and even if you were a little bit of a bigger guy, I could still not see this being a problem. It's a nice size hilt. You can get both hands on there. You can get one, you can get the other. Works out really great with the grip. So moving on down. Now these, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but they are up here and down here. They are cut in. That is, you can go in there, and on the other side, and on the back here, that little hole is where the cover tech knob used to be for this hilt. I took it out. I just didn't like the look of it on here, and I wasn't really using it ever, so I took it off. But that hole is where the cover tech knob would have been. And finally, we go down to our pommel area here, which, as you can see, is shrouded. Just like the top has that slant, so does the bottom. Only difference is you have your pommel screwed in the bottom here, which is vented for sound. Which this one doesn't have sound, but it could. And as you can see, if you decide to take that pommel out, or for a little while I had my sorcerer's pommel in there, which would be flush against here, it was like flat. It gives it a really cool look, I think. I like the cuts on the end of here. It looks really, really cool to me, anyway. So something I wanted to touch on very quickly, which I have posted in the forums about, people were asking me a little bit about it, is I took a lot of the weathering off myself, but left a little bit of it on there. So as you can tell, at the top here, you got that kind of dual color right there. That's because it all used to be weathered. And I took some of this weathering off and gave it a nice polish, so you can still see it a little bit by the buttons here, which I really like. And I didn't go for the pommel or the shroud on the bottom, so that is still completely weathered. This used to look like this, or the other way around. This used to look like that. I use a couple of different techniques: aluminum sandpaper, regular sandpaper, some air gun. I've used, I've heated it up to a certain point, and then scratched at it with, some different kinds of sandpaper and a Dremel with a buffer on it, which is really what worked the best. So after I took the initial weathering off with the sandpaper, I hit it with the Dremel to get with a buff attachment on it, and just to polish it up and give it that shine that you see there. And it really, really came out great. I love the look of this hilt now. This is my first and still probably, I guess I'll say second favorite now, but definitely one of my favorite hilts that I own. And it's simply because the aesthetic of it. It looks like a worn out lightsaber. It looks like an old Jedi had this lightsaber for a long time. And I really like that look. I really dig it. I dig the dual tone of the polish and then into the weathered on the top and bottom. I think it looks really cool. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to shoot me a message and I'll help you through it, or I'll help you work on yours, or whatever the case may be. So anyway, guys, that's my disciple. I'm sorry I couldn't turn the light on for you. Like I said, I just haven't gotten around to rewiring it to fix everything up, but I will get around to it. When I do, I'll send over a picture so you guys can see it all lit up, which I think I have pictures of it on the forum actually in this post already, but I'll put another one up so you guys can see them. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. This is my 12-watt green Warrior Edition Disciple. Have a good day.